The Trump media group is terrified and now panicking over the significant loss of money that their stock has suffered over the last few weeks. It kind of bottomed out this week at about $22 per share after, of course, it had hit a high on March 27th of $79 per share. So this company is now worth less than 1/3 of what it was worth 3 weeks ago. That is absolutely mind-blowing for this company to lose so much value so quickly. Actually, it's really not. I mean, I 100% predicted this. I think a lot of other people did too. What was ridiculous was that it was priced so high at the start. It should have started out at like $20 a share, and then they'd be right on even, right? But that's not what happened. And now the Trump media group is sending out a panicked message to their shareholders, warning them that the short sellers are coming because they're betting on the stock losing all of its money, and do not let them short sell this stock. So you, shareholder, you need to hold your stock not in margin, you need to hold it in other accounts where these short sellers can't get a hold of it. If that sounds very confusing to you, do not worry. It was also very confusing to me because the world of finance is one that I do not understand at all. So I had to do some research, and let me just, for any of you who do not know what short selling is, let me explain it this way. Short sellers essentially pay brokerage firms fees to borrow shares on a temporary basis on the belief that the shares will sink in price. After borrowing the shares, the short sellers proceed to sell them on the open market and then buy them back by a specific date when they have to be returned to their owners. If the share price in that time has indeed gone down, then the short sellers pocket the difference they made between the original sale and the repurchase. So if I can dumb it down a little bit, it actually helps me understand it that way, by the way. Person over here, shareholder, we own the stock, right? But we've got it through a brokerage firm, so we don't, it's not in my private little thing. It's actually in a brokerage firm. And then the brokerage firm gets approached by the short sellers who say, hey, basically, let me borrow this stock from you. I'm going to pay you for the stock, okay? I'm going to pay for it, but I'm going to go sell it. And I'm only temporarily selling it. I'm only temporarily buying it from you. So the original stockholder does not lose any value by no longer having that stock for the time being, but they do lose the ability to sell it. So the short seller now has this stock, and they go up to somebody and they say, hey, would you buy this stock from me at this price? And then in 10 days, in 10 weeks, in 10 months, whatever the time period is, you are legally required to sell it back to me for whatever the price is that day. The person says, okay, I'll buy it from you. You buy it back from me in 10 days. And the short seller, of course, is betting that the price is going to drop so that if it was $60 when they sold it and they get $60, then it's $40. They buy it back for $40, they pocket the $20. Except, of course, we're talking about tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of shares. So that is essentially how it works. And that is what is now happening with Truth Social. But here's the thing. It's not just that this is happening. These short sellers are almost like the vultures, circling the carcass out there on the plain, or circling the wounded animal, I should say. They know this animal's going to die. They're just going to sit there and wait. So the vultures are now circling with Truth Social and Trump Media and Technology because they see that it's going to die. And they want to get their hands on that carcass. And the carcass, of course, is the short sale money. Trump Media is panicking about this. They know what this means because the short sellers cannot drive the price down. But when they start showing up, that's a good sign that, yeah, your stock is in trouble and things are about to get so much worse.